What's up, man? I want to talk about Alexander Usyk and what can he do at heavyweight. He had a pretty good fight yesterday with Tony Bellew. I thought he could have been a little bit more dominant if he would have used his jab more. But looking at the fight, I seen that Tony Bellew was using little, like little subtle angles. It kind of like remind me of when I watched the Bernard Hopkins fight and he fought Joe Kawasaki, and how Bernard Hopkins was kind of, finessing himself with angles in the first half of the fight. But and then the pace of Joe Kawasaki kind of, got Hopkins, tired and winded, and Hopkins went to his, usual things. When he get tired, he started doing all this crazy stuff. But it kind of reminded me of that. The only wily veteran in there with well, Joe Kawasaki wasn't young like Usyk is, or didn't have that less fights like Usyk did at this point in his career. But it kind of reminded me of that. But I knew that Usyk had a chance to stop Bellew. I didn't think Bellew anyway was gonna you know finish the fight, at the pace that I knew Usyk was going to turn it up on him, simply because man, you can't be losing all that weight coming down, from being, fighting at heavyweight for the last, couple years, walking around that heavy and then, losing weight, especially that late in your 30s. You know what I'm saying? So I knew the pace eventually would get him. I knew around about 6, 7, and 8, and it was around about 6, 7, 8 that you could see Bellew slowing down, and when Bellew was slowing down, he was becoming defensively he was becoming incompetent. His defense was doing pretty well, in the first couple rounds. He even won some rounds. You can probably argue that it was 3-3 after 6. You can argue that. I had Usyk up, but you can argue 3-3, simply because he was drawing Usyk into a slower pace fight. And I was saying to myself, I was like, Usyk, boy, you better turn it up. You got to turn up this pace, because you're already in this guy's backyard, and this fight is close. Bellew gonna get this fight, man. So you got to turn it up, and he turned it up. He started catching Bellew with those hooks. You know what I'm saying? I thought Alexander Usyk probably could have got the stoppage a round or two earlier if he would have used his jab more consistent, and if he would have went to the body. A lot of fighters got to understand, man. You got to go to the body. You freeze the man, especially when the man back is up against the ropes. Stop aiming for his head so much. Go to his body first, then body, then head then body. You know what I'm saying? You got to freeze your opponent to get him to stop, because the easiest thing and the most difficult thing for a boxer to do is cover up his body. The body is there. The head, he can move and manipulate his head. You got to freeze his body, boom, then go up top. But I thought Usyk did good. I thought it was a good performance. I thought it was a pretty good fight overall. But now we got to try to measure and see how Usyk does against heavyweights. Now, it's a lot of talk about, can Andre Ward beat Usyk? I don't think at this point in Andre Ward's career that he can beat Usyk. Simple because Usyk is young, he's hungry, he moves well on his feet. He's strong at the weight. Yeah, see, Andre Ward, one of Andre Ward's biggest things that he like to use against most fighters, is his physicality, his strength. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think he can out strength Usyk. You know what I'm saying? I don't think Usyk would be like super strong over Andre Ward, but I don't think Andre Ward would have that advantage. You know what I'm saying? Then, Andre Ward moving up in weight, will it slow him down? Moving up in weight, would he be as quick? Would he be as fast? Because when you moving up, you gotta have some advantages. Now, Andre Ward is not the fastest guy with his feet. Andre Ward does have pretty good timing. Andre Ward is not a power puncher per se. He can hurt you, but he's not a overwhelming power puncher. So the only thing that he would have over Usyk is experience. Now that's and then he has great experience. So maybe that can move the fight a little bit closer. You know what I'm saying? But at this stage, I would have to pick Usyk to beat Andre Ward. I like Andre Ward, but I would have to pick Usyk to beat Andre Ward. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know how will Usyk measure up against guys in the heavyweight division. Now, Puvlev, can he beat him? He only got one loss. I believe his one loss came against Klitschko. He could probably beat that guy. Can he beat Gerald Miller? I'm not too fun on Gerald. I'm not too hyped about Gerald Miller. Gerald Miller is not. He remind me of a Pillsbury Doughboy at heavyweight. The man is 300 pounds. You know what I'm saying? He has not been in the ring with anybody that's going to push the pace on him. Now, Usyk will push the pace. You know what I'm saying? Make him throw. Even though Gerald Miller does throw a lot of punches now. He does throw a lot of punches, but he's the one that's throwing a lot of punches, and the guy that he's fighting is not as busy as him. Now, can he, have the pace pushed on him, as well as him pushing the pace on other fighters? So that's an intriguing fight between Gerald Miller and Usyk. But I think Usyk can use his foot movement on Gerald Miller. I think he can outpoint Gerald Miller. Can he beat I ain't gonna say Tyson Fury because I got to see him against Wilder, but can he beat a Joseph Parker? Now, to me, this will be a dangerous fight for Usyk because Joseph Parker is very athletic, and Joseph Parker is more closer to Usyk height. You know what I'm saying, and kind of body mass. So this will be a tough fight for Usyk. This will be an intriguing fight. I will have to, get an edge to Joseph Parker in that fight, but I wouldn't be surprised if Usyk beat him. Alexander Povetkin, at this stage, I thought Alexander Povetkin had a good fight versus, Joshua. I thought it was a good performance. You know what I'm saying? Now, can he beat Usyk? Can Usyk beat Povetkin? I will have to get Usyk a good chance of beating Povetkin, but Povetkin is another one that is closer to his body mass, and Povetkin is dangerous too himself. And we go up to Dillian White. Dillian White is an aggressive fighter. Maybe Usyk can use his boxing ability, his legs to outpoint Dillian White, but that's a tough fight. All these fights are tough. Luis Ortiz is a tough fight. Wilder is a tough fight, of course, and Joshua is a tough fight, of course. But if I was Usyk team, I will move him into the heavyweight division slowly. You know what I'm saying? Up the top, I will put him in there with somebody in the top 15 for his first fight. Then second fight, maybe 12th or 11th best heavyweight. To me, he would, before he even faced a Wilder or a Joshua, I would have him at least face at least three heavyweights before he faced them, either one of them, so his body can get acclimated to the weight. You know what I'm saying? Because he would be, I don't know what weight he would settle at. He probably seeing that Usyk he's not a big guy anyway. He's not a big body guy. So he may come up in there. I know Usyk is about 6'3", so he may come in there about 215, maybe 215. I'm pretty sure he walk around about two something already. So you know what I'm saying. So to me, that probably wouldn't be a problem, the weight, because he probably walk around. If he's a cruiserweight, the man walks around north of 200 already, probably. You know what I'm saying. If he, if he was normally, if he wasn't working out for a fight or nothing like that, he probably walks around at north of 200 pounds anyway. So I don't think the weight would be a problem. It's just these guys are big and these guys can fight. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you talk about Brazil and Wilder and Joshua. Those guys are kind of they up there. They up there and they had these long reaches. So Povetkin, not Povetkin, but Usyk, will he be able to out jab these guys from the outside? I mean, yes, if he got a good timing on his jab, because it's not really the man that got the longer arms, it's the man that can time his jab and throw his jab at a certain angle. You know what I'm saying? So, but Usyk will have to fight on the inside against a lot of these tall guys. He will have to get on the inside of these guys, man, because you can't try to fight Wilder and Joshua from the wrong distance, man. He will get cleaned up. And can Usyk do? And then another thing, will Usyk have the the punching power to stop these guys? I mean, not to, to get these guys attention. Would he have the punching power to get the attention of a Brazil or a Ortiz or a Dillian White or Derek Chisora? I would like to see him fight Derek Chisora because to me that would be he will get laid out too small. No, I don't think he's too small because my thing is this: Alexander Usyk, he has a good boxing IQ. He can box from the outside. He also got some power. You know what I'm saying? So we will just have to see how he will carry it up to heavyweight. But we had some cruiserweights go up there and have some success. You know what I'm saying? We had uh Vander Holyfield went up there and had some success. He had a great KO yesterday, but at times I thought he was struggling to find. Well, the reason why he was struggling to find distance, in my opinion, uh, you know, Bellew was a wily veteran up in there. He was giving them angles. Bellew was mixing it up too on him. Bellew would come forward a little bit. He would bag up a little bit, try to pull Usyk in and try to counterpunch Usyk. I don't think Usyk had so much problems with the distance as he was hesitant of the counterpunching of Bellew. He was kind of hesitant of the counterpunching of Bellew. Once he stopped being hesitant of the counterpunching of Bellew, he took over the fight. I don't think it was so much of a distance. I just think he was just trying to try to feel Bellew out and try to see if Bellew was, because Bellew was trying to load up. Let's be honest. I was looking at the fight. He was trying to load up a lot. Bellew loaded up a lot. Bellew was looking for one punch. Bellew was controlling him. Was he controlling the range? I would say he was manipulating the range. He was. See, Bellew was kind of fighting, like I told people, he was kind of fighting how Hopkins was fighting against Joe Calzaghe. You know how Hopkins was, same thing. Hopkins was controlling the range against Joe Calzaghe, but he was more manipulating the range. It was more like, it looked like Hopkins was controlling the range, but he really wasn't. You know what I'm saying? He was really just giving like crazy angles, and you could see Joe Calzaghe was trying to figure out how to figure out the angles and when to throw the punch. Like, fighters do not like to miss punches, so they're not gonna just throw a punch. Most fighters don't like throwing punches and missing. So a lot of times you would say, well, that guy's controlling the range. Oh, to a certain degree, he's controlling the range, but the other fighter, a lot of times they're looking for the right punch to throw at the right time because of the guy manipulating the angles. Now, Bellew did a great job of doing that, but Usyk will learn from that. You know what I'm saying? It's a learning experience. It was a good fight though. I thought I was entertained, but I thought Usyk was going to do what he did, stop him in the sixth, seventh, or eighth round, because I knew Bellew was going to slow down. Bellew started slowing down around round five. He started slowing down when he went to the corner and he took that deep breath. I was like, "Yep, here we go. He's slowing down." You know what I'm saying? Because of the pace, he was trying to control the pace. See, he was controlling the range a little bit to a certain degree, but Usyk was dictating the pace, and Usyk got just what he wanted. Usyk wanted that pace. He wanted the pace to be fast, and I knew Usyk corner was telling him to start to pick up the pace, because you will see Usyk around 5, 6. He started coming out real fast. He started coming out fast in the beginning of the round, because I believe his corner was like, pick up the pace, pick up the pace. You're on the road. You know what I'm saying? And that's one thing about Usyk, man. His last 4 or 5 fights, that man fought on the road. That man went and beat other guys in their backyard. That's why I don't understand when these fighters say they don't want to fight in other countries, or shoot, you got fighters in America so spoiled they don't even want to go fight on a different network. Forget another country. These dudes don't even want to fight on another network. They so pampered. But you got Usyk going out there fighting in four guys' backyards and winning. That's a world champion. That's a real world champion. When you go to other countries and beat other guys that are their country's best cruiserweight, and you go beat their country best cruiserweight, that's been a world champion. That's the definition of being a world champion. It's not being an American champion or being a UK champion. It's being a world champion. You should be able to travel and beat other guys in other countries. And to me, Usyk is embodiment of a real champ. Now, I don't know what he's going to do at heavyweight. I think he can be successful at heavyweight if he's moved right in the right way and get his body acclimated to the weight by fighting, a little bit lesser welterweights, but giving him a challenge though, but fighting a little bit lesser welterweight, middleweight, heavyweights and moving up the ladder. I believe if they move him like that, but if they try to jump him to straight to a Joshua fight, I don't. He's not gonna beat Joshua, not right now. Now if he can fight five other heavyweights, and kind of get himself, like I said, acclimated to the welterweight division. I mean the heavyweight division. I keep on saying the welterweight division. The heavyweight division. I think he has a chance to be, really successful. But he has a nice fighting style, nice fighting pedigree to pull it off. So, we'll just have to see. I know a lot of people saying they think he'll get laid out or this or that, but yeah, I mean, it's some dangerous heavyweights. But then it's some not so dangerous heavyweights. And then I don't see I really do, I mean, I know Wilder knocking everybody out, but I don't see no real dominant heavyweights to say they won't be vulnerable. All these heavyweights are vulnerable, man. I don't see no real dominant heavyweight. So would he have some success? We would just have to see. I would like to see. I would like to, I like Usyk. I like the fact that this man goes in other people's countries and beat these guys and other, because if you fully uh kind of have a lot of inner self about and think you can do it, you should be able to go anywhere and win. You should be able to go to any country and win. If you feel like you're the best, if you feel the best can go fight anywhere and win under any circumstances. Should be able to. I seen Usyk do it. Other fighters can do it, man. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, it was a good fight. I thought Bellew was more in control of the range distance. Usyk was hitting air a lot until the end when he found the distance. Fury would have got. Oh yeah. Fury 6'9". Fury can box. Uh, Fury is like one of the masters at controlling distance. Yeah, that would be a very tall order for Usyk. I mean, I don't know. I have to see Fury in this fight though. I know me and you, Hyplo, we had some discussion about that. I will have to see how Fury looks in this fight because I don't know what Fury version of Fury I'm gonna get. You know what I'm saying? If the new version of Fury, if I see the new version of Fury, I will have to see how he fights now. You know what I'm saying? Versus how he fought, prior to everything. So if he can show me that, he don't look like the last two fights with the last two opponents, then yeah, I can say yes. But Joshua, Wilder, Ortiz, even Dillian White to a certain degree will be a tough fight. Joseph Parker will be a tough fight for Usyk. Dillian White won't show any respect to Usyk. Push him. Yeah. I said that. But see, Dillian White. Yeah, you right. Dillian White won't show him the respect. Dillian White is aggressive. He will come forward. But one thing about that is Usyk can turn that aggression from Dillian White to his, because your greatest strength can be also be your greatest weakness if a person can turn it into that. And Usyk can turn Dillian White's aggression, to his and make it a weakness for Dillian White if he uses his jab effectively. If he uses it, because when he used his jab against Tony Bellew, he looked much better. When he didn't use his jab, he looked almost ordinary. So he has to use his jab. So yes, I agree with you. Dillian White will not show him no respect. That would be a great fight though. You're going to get the best Fury you can get at this. Hey, like I said, yeah, you might get the best Fury you can get at this time, but I don't mean it's going to be a good Fury. That don't mean it's going to be a good Fury. We'll see, man. We'll see how the fight goes. We'll see how the fight goes. We'll see. I believe I believe, it could be a decent fight if certain things happen, but like I said, we got to see. Like I told you, I can't I can't look, if I'm gonna go based off of Fury last two opponents, I can't say that Fury has any chance against Wilder. So all hey, like they say, you only as good as your last fight, your last performance. Yeah, Fury won those last two fights, but like I said, I wasn't impressed at all. It nothing. I was not impressed. I'm gonna say that. I'm gonna say it and leave it at that, man. I wasn't impressed. I look, man. I just wasn't impressed. It just I don't know. This fight between Wilder and Fury just doesn't excite me. I'm not excited about it. I'm gonna watch it. I'm not gonna order it. I can tell you that right now. I'm gonna watch it, but am I excited about it? No. That's a big N-O. But I wish the fight. I wish good on the fight. You know what I'm saying? I'm hoping it's a good fight. I'm really hoping it's a good fight, man. I'm always hoping it's a good fight when I tune into a fight. So we have to see, man. But yeah, man, that's what I want to talk about, man. I want to talk about is, Usyk in the heavyweight division. Like I said, they should just move him along slowly. He doesn't have to jump right into fighting Wilder or Joshua right now. You know what I'm saying? He can move. He can get in the weight division and move. I ain't saying at a snail pace, but he can move slowly. He can afford to move slowly and get himself acclimated. If I was his team, that's what I would do because you got to look at it. Alexander Usyk only got about what 15, 16 fights. He still only got about 15. This man ain't even got 20 fights yet. So, I mean, if he want to stay at cruiser, he can even stay at cruiserweight for another year and you know defend the title at cruiserweight for another year if he wants to. How old is Alexander Usyk? How old is that dude? I don't even know how old he is. Let me see. Let me look it up. See how old this man is. Let me see how old he is real quick. Because if he's like 26, 27, 28, this man got some time, man. He don't have to. Oh, he's 31. Okay, well, 31 is young for those guys. Those big guys. The big guys usually age well. So yeah, he's 31, 6'3", 78-inch reach. Yeah, I mean he could stay at his weight and build up a couple what I'm saying, title defenses, undisputed defenses. I mean, he worked hard for all the titles, man. You know what I'm saying? He probably don't want to let him go just yet. So yeah, if I was him, and then in a year's time, move up to heavyweight. Fight three or four people. And get me ready for anybody in the top five. Yeah. So I mean, he don't have to be in a rush. He doesn't have to be in a rush. Yeah, he only got 16 fights, man. This dude only got 16 fights. He's undisputed cruiserweight with only 16 fights. I think didn't Michael Moore, I believe Michael Moore had was Michael Moore undisputed at no, Michael Moore was disputed at light heavyweight, wasn't he? Well, no, 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 no. Michael Moore was undisputed at was it light? Hold on. Let me see. Michael Moore. Let's see, Michael Moore. I know he was the first Southpaw heavyweight champion. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It was light heavyweight. Yeah, Michael Moore was undefeated at light heavyweight. Yeah, Michael Moore went up to heavyweight and was successful. Evander Holyfield, cruiserweight to heavyweight successful. So Usyk versus Price. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Price can punch though. Price can punch though, y'all. I know Price, not what everybody thought he would be, but Price can punch. Price is tall too, man. Well, Price is like what, 6'7", 6'8". We know when you punching up, you lose power when you punching up, opposed to punching down or somebody right there, at your height. But I'm gonna get up out of here, y'all, man. I'm gonna come back tomorrow with another one, y'all. I'm out.